So apparently Rebel might be an Elvis girl. Because when I go, hey, pretty mama. Hey, pretty mama. She usually whips her head around. That she goes, hey, pretty mama. How you doing, pretty mama? How you doing, pretty mama? You like Elvis? Smile if you like Elvis. She does smile on command. But right now she's being stubborn. But I love her either way. She's been helping me. We've been helping each other get through the loss of Diva. Yeah. There are nights where I'm just crying still. Other nights I feel lonely, but she's been feeling the same way. Isn't that right, baby girl? Hey, pretty mama. Hey, pretty mama. I was one for the money, I two for the show, I three to get ready and go, cat, go. Now don't you step on my blue suede shoes. Yeah. Another thing I'd like to point out with Rebel. Oh, sorry, baby. Is Rebel's previous people who she was with for about 4.5 years of her life. Or 5.5 years. Almost 5. 5 years and 5.5 years. Anyway, with Rebel, when her other owners had her, her tail would always sit straight up, like this. Her little beard, she never had this. It was always tight, like stressed tight. But the other thing is, she doesn't have use of her back left leg. And she has a little bit of a hump here, which tells me it's probably the start, or was the start of MBD. Let's get it. Sorry, baby. Sorry, baby. See if she's moved that leg voluntarily. This one I usually like do some therapy work on it. And have her move around on like carpet or fabric, just to get her to move that leg. Anyway, you can tell side profile right here. And it goes, and then goes up a little bit, and then back down. But I think with this back leg, right here at the hip, I think she might have taken a good big jump or something and fell down and hurt her leg, or it could be a part of the MBD right here. I'm not sure. I might take her in sometime just to get an x-ray of this area. But anyway, what I do is I usually like go in and out with that. This is our therapy. I do it very, very slowly, very gently, just to keep her little leg moving, and it does help. So that's what I do with her. Anyway, she is my picky eater. She's also the quiet one. She's also very colorful. She's 16.5 inches long. She has these kind of markings on her belly. Absolutely love it. She's small for her age. She's 10 years old. She will be 11 in September. Keep going, baby. We're gonna keep you going, okay? And keep you going. Keep your youthful spirit. That's gonna be about the time where I bring in a new baby so she can be a big sister. In the meantime, I'm slowly cleaning out Diva's tank and setting up her memorial area in my room. But this is the result so far of the press box. I got this tray and I got porcelain clay at Michael's. I got 2 packages are in here. They pressed her little chin in there because I kind of drew out an idea. So that's her chin. And then there's her little nails, her arms. Come down here to one of her legs. Her tail goes all the way up here. Diva was like 19 inches, almost 20 inches long. And then, yeah, this is my handprint. I put it on there because I wanted to represent Diva somehow. Me and Diva together. So this is my idea. I still want to add some, like, maybe spots of colors and stuff. Maybe, like, put a little very translucent rainbow somewhere over here over my hand. I don't want to put it on this. what I did here is like I tried to make it so I could use black. It wasn't working out. I ended up painting the whole background, like the whole thing, like a gray, dark gray, charcoal like color. I mixed up black and white, and then painted my hand. And then I'm like, well, how am I going to see her scales? I was gonna just like maybe draw an outline with silver marker. You know, you guys see how she's walking. See. I'm gonna pull her back. I'm gonna pull her back. See, she's just that one leg right there. If you watch her move again. I'm gonna let her. See how her leg sits like that? Hey, come on, Elbow. And I'm gonna move her leg like that, very carefully back. I'm always gentle with this. She's just got that one going just fine. This one she needs the extra little help with. Anyway, so what I did, I'm going to zoom in, is I was going to outline it with a silver metallic pen. But then I thought, that's not going to, so then then when I took my finger, and I figured I have paint all over my hand, I rubbed it in, so I like treated it like a rub and buff. So I was able to go through, put some on my finger or put some on a thing, just kind of rub in the silver, and then I used the gold, which really isn't gold in my opinion, but I wanted to kind of like add some kind of yellow. I might go in with like, if I have a metallic orange or something, and use some orange is in yellow and kind of blend it in. But that goes from the tip of her tail, wraps around. And then there's her other leg. You can see where the knee is. So I got the leg, tail, 2 arms, and that. And I do have a collection, a little baggie of Diva's last shed, which was the week before she passed. And I plan on like using some UV resin, putting some around on here. And then when everything's all set, I'm just going to use some Mod Podge, seal in all the paint, and keep everything safe, and then paint the tray. I'm trying to think, maybe like match her box or something colorful. I'm trying to decide. Maybe rainbow. I might do rainbow. Diva always loved rainbow, so I might do rainbow. I'll figure it out. But yeah, so that's Diva's last thing she was on. Trying not to cry because it still hurts a lot. It's been 3 weeks today. As of July 2nd, it's been 3 weeks. So I'm finally gonna get some mental help to help me process and start doing some more work on my mental health, because currently I'm not getting any help and it's frustrating. So anywho, that's now what I wanted to be. Just a 1-minute video is now turned into an 8.5-minute video. I'll probably post this on YouTube. And I don't like the fact that I had this knot as a what do I want to call this? I don't look at how she's going there. She knows. Rebel knows. That's my girl. I'm just glad I still have Rebel. And she's not going back to anybody else. She's staying with me. And I can't wait to adopt her. Bring in another one. I'm absolutely in love with bearded dragons. Another quick story is when I was a kid, I always said, I want an iguana. I want an iguana when I get older. I want a lizard. Guess what? I'm now that adult who has lizards. And I love it. So I knew I was always going to have some sort of lizard. Anyway, that's something that Diva taught me. I know this sounds crazy, how to communicate with her. And if I sat quietly, I could hear certain words. It was like, think of it as a live spirit box in your head. Okay? You see these paranormal shows with spirit boxes. And I sit there with Diva and I just, kind of close my eyes. I meditate with her. I used to meditate with her, and I had to do that with Rebel. And I just sit there and say, okay, speak to me. I'd ask her questions. And it comes in like one word at a time. But one thing we always did is I started this whole thing with her was, I love you more. So I would say, I love you more. I love you more. Go back and forth more. I love you more. More. Finally, one day, Diva said, eternity. And I looked down, I'm like, did you just say eternity? And she whipped her head up like, yeah, duh. And I'm like, okay, you win. She's like, I always win. Kind of look on her face. So Diva's word for me when it comes to sending me her love is eternity. Diva loves me for eternity. Just like this one loves me a lot. And she misses her big sister. So I will end on that. A rebel looking up at her word of Diva's press play box where she was. And it's becoming my memorial to Diva. I still gotta laminate her cremation certificate. Find a nice little spot for her box. That's a nice little plaque. I'll have to take a picture and share it. So now this is becoming almost 12 minutes. All right, I'm gonna end because I want to have a little snickety snack. So yeah, I'm hanging in there, folks. See if I can't turn this around. Can I turn this around? I have no idea. I have no idea. I don't know what I'm doing. Does anybody know what they're doing, really? Well, Rebel does. Rebel knows how to do it. Anyway, I'll end on this one. Many blessings, blessed be, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.